that, people. I tell you, I daren't touch this phone. I can't turn it round. Yeah, we're back. I can't turn it round, people. How do I turn it round? I don't want you just looking at my ugly mug. Right. Massive respect to you, mate. Massive respect. There's one of the boys shouting massive respect to Arthur Taylor. But it's on me. So, and I couldn't turn it round. Yeah, lovely Liz scarf. I'm sorry, people, my eyesight is absolutely shocking. But what I want to do is, I want to try and get, because I can't turn it round, I'm going to try and box clever and do it this way. But over the road there is the Muay Thai club where I used to box, and the carpet shop, and all the flats that are owned by Mr. Pat Mulhern, and he is the super fireman. You can see it Union flag flying behind me there, and I want to talk about these new laws about single auditors going out. I'm pretty worried about it, to tell the truth. It's just another thing they can arrest us for. If I show you behind there, way back up there, people, behind me, is the park where all kids were on in snow and got COVID fines. I've just got word back from, is it Acro, where they deal with fines for so far, we had one for North Yorkshire. That is now cancelled. They've get up trying to prosecute us for that. So now there's only South Yorkshire holding out for a trial, but that's a not guilty. And they've yet to catch up with Live Free. They don't know. I don't know if he knows. We've got a trial in November, and statements I've got are for him as well, you know what I mean? Like I've said, them flats over there and the Muay Thai club. Let me see if I can get a better. It's weird looking back through this, I can't figure it out. Oh yeah, there it is, Muay Thai club. My mate Keith Thompson, he had held all belts for that place, and that's club I used to box at. He started auditing now. I've inspired him, and he comes round with me and he acts as bodyguard for me because he can still do it. I can, but it's too dangerous for me to do it. But it's like I keep telling people, I don't have to chase him up the road. A man called me out yesterday and wants me to set up a charity boxing match, same as Live Free did. But he wants me to get him a fighter to fight on my behalf. He daren't fight me. I was screaming at him in the middle of the road. I called him a few things as well to try to bait him up, but he'd already got me upset by then, people, and then he went into the local shop that we were outside trying to get them to back him up, and they actually backed me up and said that they were disgusted with him, and they saw what he did, they saw what he said, and I reacted to what he said. But as soon as I jumped in and said, listen, don't be full with age and grey thatch, and me being disabled, I don't need to chase you up the fucking road. Excuse the swearing, people. Close contact, I'm just as dangerous as I ever was. That's why I've never been in fear to put my face up front. That building behind me with flag on it, that's known as Oak Green Hut. and it's actually a kids' nursery. The grass at corner. See if I can get. Oh yeah, there. You just we just tilt the phone a bit. See that grass now, people? All local kids play football and that on that, and I always make sure it's clear of grass and glass and everything else, so they don't get cut and that. I make them pick the rubbish up as well, but I'm having to chase and nobody's bothered anymore. In fact, this is the only ginnel on the estate that's actually clean, no rubbish, and that's because I actually come out here and sweep this. I sweep this road right to end, both ways. And then they come out and, like you see, let me just get this behind me again. See if I can get it on. Down on the wall. Where is it? There, the graffiti on the wall. SK8. SK8. I soon moved them on. They thought they could do what they wanted outside my back door. I soon sorted that out. Jake Taylor, you need to get back on We Live Free. And Marty, well, I arranged for Marty. Marty was supposed to come last week when I did Normanton police station. He promised me faithfully he would come in. He rang me up. He arranged it live on my live. I forgot I was live. I was that shocked. But I told him we'd go and do this audit, and he promised me faithfully he'd turn up. So I actually waited getting on for 2 hours, and then I had no choice. I had to go and do it then. My mate was here waiting to go. I asked him twice, so I gave Marty a chance to come. I just don't understand why he didn't come. And then I saw that they'd gone to Huddersfield. I think I'm over that way this week. Huddersfield, Dewsbury. I've already contacted one fighter from over that way to fight on my behalf. I've got another fighter, and man at Karate Club is going to sort another fighter, I think. And so I hope he does. Because it will sort me a problem and I can get this on. But nobody's getting in without a ticket, and they're going to be £50 a ticket. Nobody's paying on night. Nobody's getting in. I sell to my people. He sells to his people. And then at end, he donates it to whatever charity he wants, and I don't say. On day, when I go provide him with the 3 fighters, on day I meet him to find out which fighter he wants to fight. If he says none of them, he coughs up £500. Because nobody's made a penny up to that point. So we should both put £500 in. And then if either of us back out for whatever reason, everybody gets the money back. I pay my people back, he pays his people back. And if it's my fault, matching ton, I forfeit the 500. If it says he forfeits the 500. And that's what it's going to be. I've got 2 fighters, I just want to fight over one. But like I said, he's told me to do it. He don't even know I'm doing it yet. I'm going to sort it out. He told me to do it. He don't think I can. I think he thinks because I don't fight no more, I can't sort it out. It couldn't be wronger. Let's see if I can show you my piranhas. Oh no. Sorry people. Tank's down there. I've got it cleared and I've got put some more back sand and that back in when I go back in. It looked like one of them's been biting chunks out of them. I want to talk about Strangeways again, because Strangeways, that set me thinking a lot about going straight. It actually did. I know I did a lot of years after there, but that set me on path. But then when I got Mr. David Peake at St. Camilla's, did more to my head than I actually thought, and it still torments me to death every time I think about it. But I spit on his grave. St. Camilla's Part 5 is coming up, and that will be a cracker. That will be a cracker. I want Live Free to come back to Armley with me, because I want to do a better version of the one that me and him did there last, the hanging. I want to do a better job of it. I'm determined to do a better job of it. He's a young and me, wrecking his neck to look through van at me. Let me just see. Massive respect, Suffolk Punch. Where's the comments? Lots of background noises, front wind. Yeah, well, respect to you. I will. I'll just pause it. Wow, whoa, what's happening? No, I can't pause the live, can I? What? Am I going to have to climb down with this? Yeah, well, here we go, people. Wow. Went to see my mate Nog today. He fell off his roof. Fell off the roof. This is the precarious moment, because I've got to step over onto a dodgy ladder. Whoa. Mission successful. Wow. I'll be able to show you my garden. You don't know what you've done, Suffolk Punch. Give me that piece of advice. Get inside. Oh God. And we're down. And there you can see now behind me. Here, look, let me show you this. Here's my lemon tree. Massive lemons on. Here's my conference pears. These are conference pears. This tree is massive. And then there's this one here. As you can see, these are getting big now. By October they'll be massive. And they're black pears. When you look, it's only a small tree, that. And then down here, we've got things I do for you people. These blackberries, little black things. I've got 2 gooseberry bushes. up here's herbs and stuff. And then this is what I've put up since that officer pushed me off wall. I've put the thing back up. This is where he pushed me off wall. And this lass is actually moving out. She's giving her house up now because of that, all that trouble. But I've told her there's no need. Them lasses still aren't being seen by police. There were 3 victims. 3 victims. And not one of them ended up at hospital. I think that's pretty atrocious. So this is life, people. I've actually locked myself out. This locking myself out, I do regular. Hence the bells. The bells. The bells. I wish I knew how to turn this round. And before anybody says anything, I'm going in here and I'm going to mute this. I'm going to mute this TV because it's not to do with me. And this has got David Bowie and all them people on. So I'm actually going to turn this round for you to see this. Let me turn around and get this on. Because, oh, it's a bit bright. What it is, it's David Bowie and all old bands from back then. Let me go a bit farther away, it might clear up a bit. It's David Bowie and all bands then from likes of Boy George and all stuff like that. Reason I'm just filming this bit here because it's relevant to what I'm going to say about the arts, the masks, i.e. lift freeze, because I'm sick to death of hearing people say, take your mask off, take your mask off. The mask is not about identity. It's about the character. Like David Bowie here, Boy George. This man put stripes. What about Wizard? Wizard. Nobody told them to take your makeup off or all like that, did they? They don't think twice. Lift Free shows up with a mask on and conversations about his mask. Well, this is what it's about, people, and that's it. Now, as you can see, I'm back indoors. Back on the comfy chair, comfy settee. And I like it up on the roof there, but I see your point about live and Jake Taylor, too windy, can't hear you. Can you hear me now, people? I didn't think about wind. That's why Marty Blackburn has got that big fluffy thing on and everything, hasn't he? But yeah, it's like I say, I didn't say I'm perfect. Can anybody tell me how to turn this round? I can show you other things then apart from me. Right, now, back to how you feel, the lads feel when they walk into Strangeways. It's horrible. They're looking round and they can hear all the doors clanging and all that. And they're looking and they're thinking, oh my God. And it's pretty bad. It gets worse and worse as days go on. Your head's a mess. Hence, what I mean to say is that the only hint I'm going to give, because I hope Live Free will do it, I need him to come to Armley and do Armley with me. Because it involves parcel shelf, in my case, and bridge, in Liv Free's case. I tell him I'm on parcel shelf, he knows what I'm on about. If he says he's on bridge, I know how low he is. And that's it. Now, everybody keeps going on and on about auditors arguing and all that amongst themselves. Well, I tend to agree with it a minute because we're all single auditors and we all do our own things. We've all got our own styles, although Marty Blackburn is very similar to mine. Me and Marty. But it's like he'll tell me when I'm going to go into somewhere, Marty will say, that's dodgy, that. You can't do that. You can't do that. And it was that I needed. You see, I'm a private person. I'm not I want an auditor. I'm not used to going out and telling tale about drugs coming into prison and all that. That ain't for me. It's like, but it's not saying anything that everybody don't already know. Everybody already knows that. They just don't know which ones. So maybe I've been thinking about it. And up to now, I'm swinging towards naming them. So, but I don't want to start naming them and then you people saying, oh, you didn't have to do that. We all know that. And yeah, you're right. Because there ain't such a screw as a good screw. If he's not grassing bad enough, how can he be? There's only one Mr. Matthews. There's only one Mr. Matthews. Armley Prison. And it's one of only nicks in country that's never had a riot. It's only had a sit-down protest on A&B exercise yard. And that only lasted a couple of hours. What a pathetic thing that was. I were on that. It were A&B wings exercise yard. And then you walk past and then there's workshop. There's workshop upstairs and nonces are upstairs and workshop to sewing machines is downstairs. So people, when they got put in that shop, didn't like to be in that shop because a lot of people mixed them up for being nonces, you know what I mean? They thought. So he got into more battles. Once when I was coming in back into A-Wing, I've mentioned that before, so I'll not mention that again. One of the jobs that I did in Armley was Works Red Band. Well, Works Red Band, no, it was actually Works Green Band, because they had red and green. The green bands swept up ship parcels. Were all lines that had broken everything night before when everybody's passing lines. There's all sorts on that floor, not just ship parcels. It's not a very nice job, but you're walking, you're outside. You're picking up parcels that have been, and people are saying, hey, passes that. Hey, you've got to cut off it if you pass it. If they don't agree to fucking court, they don't get it. And you could take anything anywhere. You just walk up to any door and a screw will just unlock it. You stand there with a bin liner. He ain't going to search it because he knows you Works Green Band. There could be ship parcels in that fucking bag. You don't want to turn that over. So I could get to any wing in Nick. Move anything round, anything, anywhere. So I never wanted to move out of Armley. That's why I got jobs in kitchen, on works, and then whenever you got told to go to OCA shop at 1:30, OCA shop is where they go when they're putting you on a draft. OCA stands for observation, classification, allocation. Only prisoners are allocation, Nick, and that's because they classify, allocate. Yeah. Now, they come round and kick on the door before 1:30 and tell you to report to OCA shop. So then instead of going to work, you went to OCA shop. Particular drafts were on particular days. So on Strange Ways Day, nobody slept because nobody wanted to go to Strange Ways. No. Even though we knew we had to, we were going to Strange Ways anyway. We didn't want to go. And it was like the kick on door and you go, oh, God, boss. Oh, no, not the Pennine Flyer. That's what they call it. Pennine Flyer. And then you walk in that gate. And you look up and you've got that smell and that clunging and that clanking at keys and screws shouting all over the place. The Strange Ways, there were animals. You couldn't even stick your head out on landing in them days. And that's cons, not just YPs, it was cons as well. They had 5 landings of Borstal boys and YPs. There were 1 wing of YPs, I think that was K-wing. Then A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D, what Borstal boys and YPs. F, G, H, and I, cons. And you used to have to walk on last walk from up on YPs to church. So you walked on last walk every time, like. I used to like watching pigeons. They used to fly and just skimp top at roof. And wild cats used to lay. I don't know how they used to get up on roof, but they did. They used to leave right at top. And as pigeons were coming, they used to jump up and scoop pigeons out of air, you know. They used to get in recesses as well. If they were in recesses, you'd had it. If tomcat were in, they were nasty, them cats. And the Armley had them, Strange Ways had them. I didn't see none at Durham. You gan in Durham. I'm gan in Durham, me, Les. Now, I'm telling you again, people, because I don't know how to tag him yet. I'm going to have a go. He's interested, so I give him a clue how to do it, and he figures it out and comes back and shows me. I'm chimpanzee, he's bonobo. And as far as the Thai box is concerned, same again. I'm chimpanzee, Keith Thompson's the bonobo. He took the belts, I never did. I didn't want him. I was a criminal. I just wanted to stay invisible. To fight them belts, you've got to be up there, full glory. But that man's got a shop that's called me out, thinking I can't put up charity box, because I can. It's already in the pipeline. When I knock on his door and say, here's 3 fighters, they pick one out, gives 500 quid. We'll put it into an independent person of my choice. He called me out, it's my choice. I set everything up. I tell him where, when, how, who. And if I were you, mate, I would get training, because these boys don't mess about. And these are all mixed martial arts. And one of them is Muay Thai Master. Forget the Dans, Master. He's got his own club in Thailand. He trains them in his own club, sets everything up, sorts everything out for training for them all. Then he comes back and leaves and stays here, lets them lets his other masters. You only need to be second dan, I believe, to teach. But like I say, this lad's master. And then he does other martial arts as well. So, I'm sorry, mate, but you've got your task. You've called me out, and this is it. This is what it's going to be. So let me see if I can get some of these comments. Massive respect, Ralphie lad. Slop out. Slop out. Send them on, D-Wing. The only man in strange ways to ever stand on threepenny bits, down on the cons, Frankie Fraser. And I've seen him stood on that centre talking to Chief, while Chief Officer was sending them down for tea. Frankie Fraser was stood there chatting away with him. Frankie Fraser was a little knob. That's all Frankie Fraser was. It was his henchmen you had to worry about. They'd grip you, twist you up and God knows what, tie you up, and then last thing you'll remember is Frankie Fraser torturing you. That's why he was remembered. He was a torturer. But he was discharged from Armley. Block. They brought him to Armley, stuck him down block. I will B2 roll board then. And my mate will be B4 roll board. And I forgot block orderly. But I used to make tea for him on a night for screws. They used to leave gates open after 8 o'clock when all Nick had been banged up. Leave gate open at top of stairs. Then I could go straight down with the cups of tea. When A-team gripped a YP and brought him round and threw him down block stairs, Mr. Matthews went like that to me at block orderly. So we went up to the lad's cell and he said, oh, strip cell, and he was battered and bruised. I couldn't believe it, me. But I saw worse than that when I became hospital orderly, because anybody slashed up on wings, and in them days, it went on a lot. My mate hung himself on B4, V44, from South Kirby. He were in for kidnapping. His ex, who were a police officer, and she just got him remanded and locked up and waiting for a trial and that, just to learn him a lesson. He went and reported sick, and what should have happened was, as soon as he told him he was suicidal, normal practice was, at that time, to take you off the wing and put you on observation down the hospital wing. But they didn't. They sent him back up on wing. The next day, by dinner time, he was dead. I refused labour and got nicked. But I don't want to go into that too much, because I want to mention that when I go back and do Armley again. Like I said, I'm hoping Liv Free will come meet me and come on that one with me. And there's one or two I want to do in Leeds as well. So I'm going to be doing them this week. I've got a couple of police stations in mind. Maybe one of them later on tonight. Well, I can't. The more I try to focus, the worse it gets. Massive respect, Ralphie lad. I can see your name up there. This man, Ralphie lad, has done my intros. Sandy Free, she's also done one of my intros. and she looks after my channel. She does bits and bobs for me. She's on, is it Snapchat or Instagram, and she's puts a lot of night scenes up. But I'm encouraging her and getting her to turn the camera around, same as my mate Keith. And it don't matter how many times I tell him, I'll say, Keith, brilliant video, mate. Just one problem, turn your camera around. Oh yeah, that's and every time his phone blips me, I look and he's had camera the wrong way around. Massive respect, Silver Ghost. And up, Ralphie lad, hope you are well. Good to see Arthur on it, in it. Yorkshire, born and bred. Fitzwilliam thought they were going, Arthur. What, Fitzwilliam thought I was going to Fitzwilliam? I am going to fucking Fitzwilliam. Excuse that. I've got a couple of big audits to do at Fitzwilliam. One in respect to that lad that I went on about from Wentworth Terrace, and I never said he got accused of murders. So all you muppets that got it wrong, come and tell me when I come to Fitzwilliam. I never said he'd murdered anybody. They tried to set him up for nonsense kids. That's what they tried to set him up for. His mum died while they had him on fucking remand. See how it gets me, people. I've got to do last audit on that lad, but I think it's my head that's, wow, my gimbal's going mad again. I think I'm going to have to plug it in. Let me just lean over and get this lead, people. I'm prepared today. I've got another lead for it. If I plug it in, it won't droop on me because it droops over. It's like it's not charging up full. I think I've caught it in time. Let me just get this power lead up. And there are my boat rods, people. All them are boat rods. They're up on wall to keep kids away from them. You see all hooks and jiggers on them. There's tiger boat rod. There's ugly stick. Ugly stick as world's toughest boat rod. And let me just turn this around so you can see David Bowie again. Can you see him, people? They didn't look at costumes there. Nobody went mad and said, take your costumes off, did they? So can we have less take this off and take that off, and what you got that on for, you muppet? People say it to me because of the way I dress. They call me a chav. Council House and Violent, I believe it stands for. Well, I don't live in a council house. This is a private house. This is my private house. So all you muppets thinking I'm moving nowhere. I've been here 30 years and I'll be here till I snuff it. Which won't be long. I'm sorry, people. When I think of certain things, it just does that to me. The one that's doing me head in most, and I'm hoping that it shouldn't be for long because it's St. Camilla's. I've got to go back and do the last one of St. Camilla's. So that's going to be a bad one for me. Let me just... Ross Briggs. Council House Associated Verminock. Is that what it sounds? Is that what it sounds like? Which Briggses are you from, mate? Adzem says, respect Ralphie lad. James Monaghan. Now there's a name I know. Monaghan. Yeah, I've come across your Monaghans before. I don't mean to rhyme everything, people. I'm just natural. It just comes out. But I don't understand why I'm getting hassle from Smiths. I wrongfully said that my cousin Gary had married Lisa. Well, her name's not Lisa. It's Teresa. Massive respect, Teresa. I'm sorry I got your name wrong. I'm sorry I went at funeral to meet you, but I was getting a lot of grief. And I'm too old and too long in tooth for all that carry on. Respect to you. And I know our Gary. I didn't see a lot of him because, as you know, he went into forces. I had more to do with John and Graham, and they're still down there, Darfield Road, across from Dorothy Islands, on same estate. Our John lives 50 yards, if that, from our Graham. My Auntie May used to live on fronts. She had 13 kids, and there were 6 of us, and my Auntie May used to feed all a lot of us. Sunday dinners every week. I used to love it. And I used to go to old Cudworth baths, outdoor swimming baths. I used to like that top springboard there. I was good on it. I don't know if it's still there. Yeah. Oh, that's what I believe, and I'm from Morthorpe, family Fitzipal. Ross, oh yeah. Well, you know me from Fitzy, you must do, mate. You can't live in Fitzy and not know Knocker, can you? Let's have it right, mate. And Peter, I came to see you yesterday, and you weren't in. Every time I come, you're not in. I saw Dominic. 5 kids, Dominic, man. Wow. Respect to Dominic. I'm sorry I didn't see Mirren. Silver Ghost says, thought about a mobility scooter. Well, I've actually got one. Let me turn it around. I've got one there, look. But it needs a repair doing. And I don't know if you can see it. Let me just get it. Oh, hang on a minute. A massive respect for that donation from Alex. Massive respect to you for that, mate. I was just turning around because you'll laugh when you see these people. I'm going to try lift freeze scooter off him because I can actually use it as my mobility scooter. But at the moment, I tried to do it, people, standing up. But I couldn't. Let me just get you this. Let me just set it up, people, because you're going to laugh when you see this. But I love it. I do. I get laughed at and everything. I've got to put a flag on it. I've got to put a flag on it, look. Yes, people, it's Miss Edgeway. Look, I sit on it, and these angles are what I guide it, are what you guide it with. How cool is that? That's my front wheel. And I put a flag on back. And to be honest with you, I tried it first. There you can see my disability scooter behind it. I've inherited my mum's, but I'm still at the stage where I'm refusing to accept that I need it yet. So there's my say. I'm going to put a flag on it, and I can take this on train and lot, and bob round on this. I can actually mount a camera here on front. I'm going to put one on my head. But I believe Lift Free's got one for sale. Or is it Marty Blackburn? I know one of them's got one for sale. Marty don't want to risk losing it. Well, Marty, if you've still got it, mate, put my name on it. I'll buy it off you. And there you have me. My mother's old drawers behind me as well. There, look, people. And I'm just trying to set this up. Oh God, I've got a terrible pain at the minute. Every now and again, people, I might have to just stop and you think I've gone a bit weird. Oh. I get some overpowering pain, and the tingling's unreal. And that's 24/7. You never get rid of that. Can you see me bottle of Smirnoff? I'm on that later. I've got to have some sleep, people. I'm getting maybe an hour, and then I'm back up. Massive respect to Oaksy, 1966, Gypsy Auditor, Pink Rose, Lift Free, Marty Blackburn, Chunky Monkey, just to name a few. I want to name them at this point because I keep forgetting. I can set off to do something and I forget what I was doing. I forgot what I was doing at the minute. I forgot what I was going to do. That's how bad it gets, and it upsets me badly. Oh. Alex, my pleasure, Arthur. Stick flag on it. It'll be good to go. I'm already going, mate. I'm already going. And I'm thinking of doing a Pitco Pro. Clarice. Them are not coming out. They're not coming out. I can't get where's my messages gone? Comments. Oh, yeah. You know me from Morpeth, where I live now. Used to come and see me now and again. Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. I see a lot of people now and again, me. Yeah, mate. I don't know how you don't know me from Fitzy, mate. Honest to God. Because my family are all over Fitzy. Our Malk still lives in Fitzy. But there's where a lot of people get the confusion now because they're thinking about Arthur Taylor. Everybody knew me as Knocker Bennett. I was brought up a Bennett. I'm a Bennett. My name's Taylor on my birth certificate, that's all. Frank Bennett brought me up. Bennett's Motorbike Shop is my uncle. Scumbag. Freddie Bennett. Lives in Carlton. Scumbag. Didn't even go see his brother in hospice, dying. My Uncle Reggie came all the way from Australia. Shame on you, Freddie. Didn't even go to your brother's funeral. He never had a wrong word to say about you. Do you know that? Frankie boy never had one bad word to say about you. And let me tell you something else. My Granny Bennett lived 2 mile, is it, Freddie? 2 mile away from your shop. And I were there more than you. In fact, I never bumped into you at my nan's. Never, ever. And I were there all the time, 2-3 times a week. My dad gave my dog away to a bloke not 2 minutes away from my Granny Bennett's flat at bottom of Ward Green. I went and let him out at garden and called him, and he followed me back, and then I took him back home on bus. Then I let him off lead and sent him home. Went back home about an hour later, and my mum said, "Here, look who's come home." And then when my dad come in, my dad went, "Oh, I'll take him back later on." My mum was going, No, you're not taking him nowhere. You're taking him nowhere, Frank. He's come all the way home. He's stopping. My dad hated it because I could set it on him. He was a good security dog, him. I trained him myself. I've had a wolf, first cross as well. Well, he were our Malks. He were our Malks, really, but he were more, I could run him with KMX, loose, and he'd just run with bike. He wouldn't stop until I stopped, and then he'd come straight back to bike. He could be a field away from me, but he just followed me. And then he'd come back to bike and he'd stay with me until I told him he could go, and then he'd be off again. When he escaped, Donna Catch, she drives for Tingy's Taxis, my sister-in-law, she used to come and tell me his escaped, Wolfie's gone, go and find him. And I used to go on push bike, find him, bring him back. He went on to other estate trying to tamper with a poodle. He wasn't happy when I told him, when he saw me. Right now, people, there's 32 people watching and 24 likes. I'm sorry I ain't noticed how many trolls, because I can hardly see it phone. I'm not exaggerating here, people. My eyes are really this bad. It's because I've not long since took medication, and it does this to me. Dave Bekender. Is that right? I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, mate. It says, big up AT. How are you doing, Arthur? Pleasure, mate. Respect to you. Alex says, my pleasure, Arthur. Stick a flag on it, and you'll be round. Natural born serial killer. I had a wolf once, he says. Mine were first cross, mate, and he were Canadian timber wolf. We called him Wolfie, and he howled to emergency services. But he would hear them 2 mile away, and he could tell they were coming our way. So when he started howling, I used to take bets off mates that within the next couple of minutes, a fire engine would be going past, or whatever, because I could tell how he was howling and behaving, which it was. He behaved different. He used to take all his food and bury it. He never ate it straight away, he buried it. He buried everything. And he wouldn't live in kennel. He used to dig under privet edge and lay under privet edge. And when it snowed, he'd dig a furrow like that in garden, and he'd lay there and let snow cover him. And then once they're covered, they just shiver a little bit, and it makes a little gap, and they get an airline gap, and that gap warms up like an igloo for them. But what an animal. And they've got that right weird smell. And when the molt in like circular things, and air gets everywhere, doesn't it, mate? But what an owl he used to have. I'm having a tattooist put me one on my shoulder. I miss Wolfie. We used to say to him, "You're not even a dog, Wolf. You're not even a wolf. You don't even know what you are, Wolf." My phone keeps flickering. I don't know why it's doing that. My man at Tesco tells me it's because it's focusing. I say it's because these 21 pluses are not as good as the make out they are. I've had no but trouble with this. Flannelfoot, now there's a name. Yeah, Flannelfoot did live at Frank's. Yes, he did. Fancy you remembering Flannel Feet. It was Flannel Feet. That's what we used to call him, Flannel Feet. What it is, it's me, Donna and Armel. We give people names. It's like my mate's daughter now. I keep mistakenly calling her Chaz instead of Jazz. And she gives me daggers like that. I did same with daughter. Well, my stepdaughter. But she's my daughter. I brought her up since she was 8. So she's my daughter. Everything I tell her, she just does what she wants. She does listen to what I say. My stepson does. He's 36 and he'll still go to the shop for me. Because them's only things that they do for me at the minute. I'm the provider. That's what I do. It's what I'm good at. My mum used to say it's because I'm a mug. I don't see it like that. I get pleasure out of sorting them out. When them grandkids come and I've bung them a tenner and they've got that big smile on their face, and I tried to catch a fiver back, and there's no way she's giving it me. I told her when her mum was 10, she were happy with £2. And then she'd come back and buy 26 off her mum that she'd bought, that Sue had got off Claire's great-grandma. Her Uncle John used to sell them. When she brought me whiskey for Christmas, I used to say, "Please tell me this ain't off your Uncle John." Now she's living in her grandma's house. I've brought her up since she was 8. She's never had a birthday card or a Christmas card from any member at Crowthers. I've brought him up. Lee's what he is because of me, not because of his dad, Frankie Boy. Frankie Boy learnt him nothing. Learnt him to be brussing. That's all you learnt him. He's still brussing. He could still knock an hole through wall. He's trained every day since he's moved in with me. And he's trained every day since. He don't use no stupid roids or any shite like that. All false muscle. You don't have to be big and muscular to be able to fight. You need to be streamlined or you're muscle bound. It's no good being muscle bound. What good's that? You can't do it, you can't move. I know people skinny as hell and I wouldn't argue with them. You definitely wouldn't argue with some of them I know. But I can't remember you fans. You remember Flannel Feet? Flannel Feet lived with my dad for donkey's years. Donkey's years. And you're. Yeah, I can't get over that. You're remembering. Donna, if you're watching, there's somebody here who remembers Flannel Feet. I used to go round and put bets on. Yeah, for that. Yeah, he never won, did he, mate? He never won, did he, mate? You used to put bets on for our old man. So, what's your proper name, mate? Come on, give us his proper name. Because you do know me. How the fuck can you know Flannel Feet and my dad without knowing me? How the fuck can that be possible? I'm sorry for swearing, people, but I hadn't even thought about Flannel Feet for years. My dad, he couldn't read or write, but he could read a betting page. He knew horses inside out, but he always got it wrong. He lost all the time. He used to watch for jockeys mainly. He liked the jockeys. Lester Piggott. Lester Piggott could be riding a donkey, and my dad had put a bet on it. I used to go and pick an old betting shop, slip out at bookies, and spend my dad's money because he couldn't tell. You just had to hope it didn't win. Because every now and again he did get lucky. But it was only every now and again. Peter Roy, there's only one Arthur Taylor. There is, mate. Are you related to Philip Hoy? Donna knows you. Well, I'll find out who you are, mate. I will find out who you are. If you see our Donna, tell her to call to mine. I'm not having this me bad from taxis. My sister-in-law working for Tingies. Are you real? And they think you can ban me from Tingies? I will report on you, Tingy, if you don't. I can tell him tales about you and make your hair curl. People already know. We know you, Tingy. We know you. Do you know me? That's what the man said to me in Durham. I know you. Well, he was from Durham. Well, I met him in Durham. You see, people, I have to think about everything. It's proper shocking. I feel all sickly. I'm glad I'm on floor and not still up on roof. Let me see if I've missed anybody. Now, respect to everybody that's jumped on. Respect to all and everybody that's commented. And respect to all the people who's commented, and I haven't mentioned yet, but I will jump on and give you the proper recognition. Thank you for the donation. Massive respect. Massive respect, Pink Rose, Gypsy Auditor, Mrs. Gypsy, None Your Business. I was going to play it Didgeridoo, but that'll be next time. I've got a slight repair to do on it because I think it'll alter tone and everything, and I don't want to be showing myself up, and I don't want to do it injustice. So massive respect, None Your Business, Live Free, Chunky Monkey, Society X, Oaksy, 1966. Everybody else that I've mentioned, far too many to remember. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much.